We have ready from both our players. Let's get this finals between Yelena and Rurczak. Dash Europa League kicked off in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Away we go. Seeds look good. Both players pretending to be hyper tappers here with their 5.46 hertz and 5 hertz respectively. Should be playing in the C-Tap tournament right now. Oh my goodness, did you see like the classic Tetris tournaments countdown? We were blessed. It had to be in a finals, but it has been months since I've gotten this one. It was 3, 2, 1. I'm contacting you regarding your car's extended warranty. It's a sign of good luck from the bots today. 3, 2, 1. Das, I'm contacting you regarding your car's extended warranty. 51,000 for Yelena. 48,000 for Rurczak, aka Bald Shaggy. Oh, Rurczak's board a little rough, but these should all be resolvable. Oh my goodness. No place for that square. Goes ahead and creates another tuck setup here. Does get the tuck setup with the L. Has a hole in 4, so that will be a triple. We'll see if Rurczak goes to build one off the bottom. Looking to maybe do so. This piece is not treating this attempt at a row 2 Tetris very well, but doing what he can. Still burning, unfortunately. There's a long bar. Gonna go ahead and build 4 off the bottom. Column 3 waiting on the long bar. Oh goodness, board starting to climb. There it is. Dirty Tetris for Rurczak. 157, 154. This piece sequence has treated both players rough. There's a dirty from Yelena, column 8. 177 to 180. So both players roughly at the same spot despite the troublesome pieces. Yelena setting up for a column 8. There's a Tetris for Yelena to go to 200,000. Sticking with that column 8. While Rurczak looking to set up for also a column 8? Yes! Gonna go for a column 8 as well. 228 to 208. It's more or less neck and neck. There's a Tetris for Rurczak, column 8. Perfect well transfer as well, so... well transfer as well. Well done from Rurczak. 252 to 253. There's another Tetris for Rurczak to go to 277. They're Tetrising everywhere except for traditional. Well, I guess they've had a couple of those too. True. 299, 278. There's a almost back-to-backs for Rurczak to maybe take a 1 Tetris lead here. And welcome in, everyone. It's Maestro. How you doing, Maestro? Hopefully you're hyped up here for some good DAS Tetris. We have a good one here. 324 to 346, now 368. What's up, Maestro? I can hear ya. Excellent. You're in for a treat. We're off to a pretty hot start. They had a little bit of fun in the opening 20 or 30 lines or so, but they are Tetrising away now. 376 for Rurczak, 372 for Yelena. We are back to neck and neck. I heard you a second ago, Maestro. I do not hear you now. 420. There you are. Excellent. Yes, both players at the turn here. 444 for Rurczak and 421 for Yelena. So they have certainly picked up the pace in the back half of this 18. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this. This is already turning out to be a good one. Look at how close they are, just pushing each other as much as they possibly can at this point. It is very close. Agreed, agreed. Oh boy, Yelena's got a little bit of a hole there, but gets a Tetris first to go to 515. It's 505. Both players are right around transition. Rurczak gonna go in at 506. Yelena's got 3 more to burn. Might try to build one off the bottom. There it is! Transition. 545. 532. So Yelena with a slight lead, but there's a Tetris from Rurczak to go to 560. Oh, a little bit of holes now in Rurczak's board. Love a T, did not get the T. We'll try to burn this down with some other pieces. Starting to climb. Yeah, oh my gosh, that S spire. So many S's. Oh gosh. 568. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Yelena, it's 570 to 577, and Rurczak is down to the bottom. Amazing, amazing survival. Both players Tetrising away here. 607 to 610. 169 lines. Hey now to 607 at 162 for Yelena. So close. There we... I thought he was done. 621 to 617, about 5 lines separating these two players in game number 1. It's incredible to watch, to be honest. Oh my goodness. And Yelena is so steady right now, just almost immaculate stacking right now from Yelena. 661, 657. Double well for Rurczak. Both players starting to get a little high. There's a long bar. No! Oh no! Rurczak's gonna top out at 659, level 25, and that will not be enough as Yelena will take game number 1, already at 700,000. Wow, what a game. You can tell they were just pushing each other like, okay, I'm just one Tetris away. If I could just stack a little more aggressively, then I could get the lead, you know? It was just back and forth. So good. Yes. Yes, agreed. What a game. We got some people in chat commenting crazy spire from that S spire on Rurczak's side of things from Jedi Evan. Unexpected dash loss from Rurczak. Oh no, you hate to see that happen. Oh my goodness. Stack-a-tacka, welcome to chat. Putting finishing touches on CTWC Player Guide right now. That's awesome. First time you've seen Yelena in action. Very, very impressed. I know. Yelena has been incredibly good, especially in the postseason here in Season 2 for Dash Europa League. I've been incredibly impressed with her play. Has taken down some very impressive players as well along the way. So. In fact, I am kind of curious with the trying to look back at the rest of the Dash Europa League playoff bracket, who Yelena had to conquer. Eliwa, of course, 4-2 in the semis, which we saw earlier, and then Weisbrot in a sweep in the quarterfinals, 4-0. So I mean, two very good players. We have it ready from both players. Maestro, would you like to do the honors? And also Tippy. What's up, Tippy? Oh no. Okay, hang on. Oh my goodness, that sucks. All right, we'll get that fixed up. Well, let's get these players kicked off first. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris, and then I will fix the sound for this. Why are you not playing? Actually, that's a good question.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, there you are. Go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, your desktop audio is down.
There you go. Perfect. All right, well, game number 1 did have some chat. I'm sure they're like, who is he talking to?
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's not a proper restream without a little bit of...
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of a small dig situation here for Yelena to kick off the game number 2, but should be cleanable. It'll just mean that Rurczak has a chance to take a small lead, and does so, up 70,000 to 250,000. Oh yeah, the hit-out counter's at 1. So we did have one, I think it was 169 from Rurczak earlier.
Yes.
Oh goodness, Yelena's board had to put a lot of holes. Gets a long bar though to fill that, and we'll start to bring this down. Rurczak is nearly clean. A little pesky hole there on row 3, and now 4. Oh, gonna set up for... Nope.
30, 30?
Okay, nope. Yeah, we had the same thought.
Oh, there you go.
147.
That's how you gotta play it. Yeah, that's
So,
how you gotta play it.
84. Yelena's all cleaned up now. Ooh, S-spin executed by Yelena.
Yeah, it's always important to not set up for the dirty Tetrises, especially when you already have a Tetris set up underneath it. Gotta stay disciplined.
Yeah, that is a mistake I've seen in a fair number of my own games, I would say, and in other games as well, where it is tempting for sure, especially if you've got, supreme confidence in your own skills and gameplay, which I don't, but I know a lot of other players do. So it can be tempting for sure. 217 for Rurczak, a 180 for Yelena.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
Yelena
board was
had a
starting
pretty
to...
high column 9, but she gets the long bar over.
Rurczak's board was starting to climb a bit, but got a long bar in time to bring this down to relative safety.
Well, it's just insane. Like, DAS has progressed so much.
This is true.
In the past, especially year or so, with all these DAS tournaments coming out, players with DAS are pretty much stacking almost as high as rollers.
Almost.
Honestly.
Yeah, up to like four from the top. I've seen a lot of players go, which is insane.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, that's normal. You have to play that aggressive if you want to win nowadays.
Yep. Quick tap is absolutely essential if you want to compete at this level at this point. So, speaking of insane, look at this score lead from Rurczak, currently at 361 to 258 for Yelena. So, a pretty hefty lead, although I guess there's a slight line discrepancy. Nonetheless, definitely a pace lead here for Rurczak, and Yelena's board in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, gets a good J.
Yeah, it's a good piece.
And the long bar, that should relieve some of that pressure off the top of the board.
Yeah, Rurczak's gonna try to work this center well. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for the column 8 Tetris.
Oh, wow. Still set up. Good double there. This could be a perfect transfer if the bar would come. Does not come, but still taking good skims. There it is, finally, Tetris! for Rurczak. Go 443 to 305 for Yelena, who's dirty. Might maybe build one off the bottom. No, gonna go ahead and just take the burns down.
Yeah.
Once again, always better to play it safe. You just never know what can happen in post at this point, and it will probably take post for Yelena. Oh, set up for a dirty column. 8 anyways gets it. The pieces pushed through into it, and she took it. Got it. 334, 467. No, Rurczak.
Yeah.
Love a J, love a J. Okay, takes a square. There's the J.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect
that
J.
Was a satisfying solve.
Oh, yes. Well done from Rurczak to stay alive here. 476 at line 116. Both players looking to try to get clean before transition, where things will be moving a little bit faster. As Vandy would say, pieces will move at 50% or drop at 50% faster than they do in 18. Oh, my goodness. Stacko's wondering, where's the bar? 503,000 now. We'll transition in at 527. Rurczak in. Yelena's got 8 more to go here. We'll take a dirty Tetris. 374, one more burn until transition. 535 for Rurczak at 19. Yelena. 375 to 539. Rurczak not clean in 20, but sets up a T-spin. And Yelena is clean at 407, so still a hefty lead. Has a chance to make up some ground here, as Rurczak's board is starting to climb. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Good square.
Oh, but Yelena.
Oh no, Yelena!
To the left.
Oh no, disaster strikes. Rurczak's pace will be enough here into 21. And that will do it for game number 2. Rurczak tying things up 1-1. GG's.
Great game.
Yeah, that was a good one. Rurczak managed to really kind of keep that pace going and really put some distance between his score and Yelena's score, so that was very well executed. It was obviously good to stay alive there from Yelena's side, but yeah, that was a pretty dominant performance there from Rurczak for game number 2.
Absolutely.
But yeah, speaking of Rurczak, Rurczak got here from the quarterfinals over 20 Dan 03 4-0, which 20 Dan has really turned it on in the DAS side of things. I've been pretty impressed with seeing 20 Dan's DAS. Was not a was what I think is primarily a tapper, if I recall.
Yes, primarily a tapper.
Yeah, so like it was really cool to see 20 Dan's DAS really kick it into high gear and did well enough to qualify in and make some noise. So Rurczak over
Absolutely.
20 Dan and then over Curie 4-1. So has only lost 1 total game in the playoffs so far. Now 2, because Yelena has handed the second one. So, all right, we have already from both our players. Would you care to do the honors, sir?
Get ready,
Maestro.
both players. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Das. Man, haven't heard much of that this season.
The DAS.
Das. Dastris.
Look at both players starting with the same
Yeah.
middle of the stack J dependency.
Yeah, that was
Going
fascinating.
about resolving it in different ways. Oh, 30 Tetris.
Nice, 23,000 for Rurczak. Will they go for another? No, just gonna take the double there. Speaking of J dependencies, Yelena with the J dependency on the board. We'll fill that with a Z. Oh, bar comes a couple pieces too soon for Yelena, but gets another one to go to 35,000. That's the first Tetris so far. Been kind of a rough seed. Doesn't look like there's been a whole lot of bars to start off the first 20 lines.
Yeah, but they're both working it.
Oh yeah, beautifully.
Making it work. Yeah.
96,000 for Rurczak, 61 for Yelena. We are finally past the 20 line mark, yeah. It's funny, the 20 line mark is kind of ingrained into my restreamer habits, primarily as a TNP restreamer. As you might imagine, in TNP, consistency is a thing we all, strive for there. And so that 20 line mark becomes significant for TNP players to be like, okay, I think I'm settled and maybe I'm not going to early top. But that it tends to be a spot that is ingrained in my brain. Okay, I can really start to maybe relax a little bit after 20 lines because we've made it past the 20 line mark.
Boom.
That was awesome.
31, yeah.
From Yelena, yes. 156, 171. So Yelena is brought this back a little bit, only down a Tetris or so.
Yeah, I know that at the very beginning of the game, I think 20 lines is a good indicator of whether the game is going to be an early top or a long one. Because a lot of games could get really dicey right at the beginning. They get stuck at the beginning or they last. Oh, this is an interesting structure from Rurczak. But he can tuck the T in there. Very creative.
Yeah, line spin! Line spin, unfortunately, that left side's gonna require a couple extra burns, as the tucks did not quite resolve. And now building on top, trying to get clean here. May go for a left full after everything is cleaned up, though.
Yeah, it's a tough S and a tough L piece for Rurczak. Oh, he's gonna go for left well structure.
Oh my god! 5 off the bottom!
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah, the long bar comes one too late. Yes, identical.
Boom! Big boom.
That was a massive boom from Rurczak, 256 to 264. Yelena's clean. Been just Tetrising away here. Finally in the lead.
Now it's neck and neck.
Very close between these two. Tetris for Yelena to go to 288. There's one for Rurczak, 281. All right, Hazel, you should be able to hear Maestro now.
Hello.
311, 304. Yelena with a slight lead here. 334 at 89 lines. Rurczak at 305, 87. So still very, very close. A couple burns difference between these two. There's a Tetris for Rurczak to go to 329. This is a pretty good pace from both players.
Yeah, everything considered with how rough the beginning was. Yeah, this is a nice pace.
Rurczak holding out for long bar, gets it. 353. There's one for Yelena to go to 388. Another one for Rurczak. Back and forth they go, trading Tetrises. Good T-skim there from Yelena. Another one and a Tetris to go to 412 at 109. So we are past the turn. And Rurczak at 401, 109. Still down less than half a Tetris.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really critical post transition.
Yes. Yeah, as close as these players are, it really is going to come down to post play.
Exactly.
And
Rurczak going aggressive here.
Yes, I
really wants to not burn lines. Nice triple.
Yep, nice Yelena triple. With a similar stack there put a hole there in column 9. And gonna take a good double there to clean this up right before transition. There's a Tetris for Rurczak, and Yelena's in at 492 clean at the bottom.
Very nice.
Rurczak in at 481, so still less than one Tetris. It's been this way the whole game. Just so close. Wow. Bringing their best for this finals matchup. Rurczak in at 487. 525 for Yelena, now 513. So once again, still about a half Tetris lead for Yelena. Both players managing their stacks well here into 20. There's a Tetris for Rurczak, finally taking the lead. 540 to 536. Yeah, Yelena's stacked.
Yelena's got to try to clear this out, but she's got it under control.
Yes.
Yes, very good bridge burn.
Agreed. Where's this long bar?
Yeah, Rurczak getting up a little high, and that's not the right piece. That's the wrong S piece right there.
Rurczak's board very, very high. Gives up.
That's too much.
Just too much. 551. There's a small chase down here for Yelena. Needs just a burn. And that will do it with that double.
It is.
Take game number 2, Yelena, and yet another nail biter. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
2-1. Whew. It's been intense.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Rurczak was just not able to get out of that one. Just got like the wrong S piece right when he didn't need it. It was just so unfortunate.
It was a beautiful stack. It was just a little high, and the pieces were just not coming there at the end.
Yeah.
GG's, though, to both of our players once again. And we have it ready for game number 4. Remember, this is a best of 7, so we have at least 2 more games on docket.
Wow.
So
Big series. So much Tetris.
Right. All right, you want to kick us off one more time? Let's do a 4 countdown.
All right. Get ready, players. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dastris.
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 Oh, we kicked off in game number 1 with the I'm contacting you regarding your car's extended warranty. the bot. I love the little Easter eggs they've planted in the bot. So fun. That one is like my favorite one by far, and I still have. It has been probably like 6 months since I got it. So this match is blessed by virtue of the bot having gone that route. And these players have kind of risen up to that standard too, because this has been a heck of a match so far.
Yep. No early top outs, just great survival, great creativity.
Ooh, good J-tuck adjustment there.
Yeah, that's the kind of adjustment you have to do nowadays to keep up.
It's absolutely crazy. 93,000 to 73,000, so Rurczak with a slight lead. There's a Tetris for Yelena, though, and one from Bald Shaggy. I love that Twitch handle.
He saw that. S and square burn double. Very nice.
That was beautifully done. Yelena stacked up, ready for Tetris. There's a long bar Dastris from Yelena, 142 to 142. Square tuck executed from Yelena. And Rurczak all set up, ready to go too for a Tetris. And gets the bar. There's a T-shaped hole at the bottom here. Does get it partially filled. Oh, has to stick a hole now in row 5. Does get that burned away. And set up for Tetris. There you go. 195 to 171. It's neck and neck when you take pace into consideration. Only 50 lines in here. Both players right around that 200k mark at 50, so 500k pace is still on the table here for transition scores. Maestro, have you seen either of these? I'm assuming you have, but have you seen either of these players play before? Are you familiar with one or the other, or both?
I'm not too familiar with either of these players. I mean, of course, I've seen that they do play and they've been around for a long time. It's really a treat to get to watch them both play.
Yeah, agreed. I was very not familiar with Yelena's play, so it's been an absolute treat to see Yelena really pouring it on. I love her style of play has been very steady and just consistent. Doesn't necessarily take too many risks all the time, and knows.
So right now, both
Yes.
stacks are pretty high, and Rurczak's in big trouble right
Yes.
now. Oh, but he could maybe complete this bridge. What's he gonna do with the T? He tucks it in there.
It's so
he can
high.
still get out of it.
Yes.
Oh yes, he's finding all the right answers right now.
Perfect. Oh my goodness. Just one more hole, but we'll
Just
probably
one more
wait.
long
Yes.
barb. Oh my
Tetris.
gosh.
Rurczak.
Wow.
It was awesome. Both of these players had that same piece sequence at roughly the same time, but Yelena was just a couple rows lower, and that allowed Yelena to kind of burn a little more cleanly through that and take a one Tetris lead as a result. So once again, kind of to reemphasize the thing I was just saying, it was really cool to see. She's like had that instinct to know, okay, I should probably start burning right now, and that paid off.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, this is gonna be. Rurczak's style is very, very good at surviving very high.
Yes.
But Yelena is very good because she can seems to have a nice smooth stack more often.
Yes.
So there's sort of a contrast in approach to the game, and it's not clear at all who's going to. No one has the clear advantage.
Yeah, it's been, neck and neck for almost all these games. I think game number 2 was the exception. This one's extremely close. Game 1 was extremely close, and the last game was extremely close. That was beautiful
nice right there.
from Rurczak. Kershak, yes, 432 to 454. Cockstanny J in chat. Yeah, Tetris. What's up? Another member of the Scooty clan in chat. Good pullback from a little cutie Hana saying, yeah, that was crazy. Rurczak's board, once again, just kind of scary. But I tell you what, it's been incredibly entertaining to watch Rurczak just pull out like magic for all these things. Transitioning in at 487, 500 for Yelena, still 4 lines before transition. 525 is the transition score, so about a 2 Tetris lead for Yelena.
This is so tough right
Oh
here.
my goodness.
That was so
Beautiful.
gutsy what Rurczak did.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That was a crazy,
goodness.
crazy setup. All right, both these players stack starting to climb, looking for long bars. Yelena's board needing a little bit of help. Had to cover, but
Great
taking good
decision right
burns.
there.
Yeah, good burns there from Yelena. Will not be set up for Tetris, but we'll get the long bar to bring this down. This might be Rurczak's chance. 532. Now 538. Both players have a couple holes. Yelena's almost at the bottom. Rurczak is clean. 543.
This is going to be a dogfight.
Yes. 553 to 571.
So it looks like Rurczak's has multiple long bar dependencies.
Gets
Gonna
one of
fill
them
in
filled. Needs something
Needs
left.
something for
Oh,
the
beautiful
left.
pole
Nice
vault.
TPs.
Needs a long bar left. Needs it now.
Ooh,
Beautiful
how
burn.
are these
But where is the bar?
He's getting there.
Where's the bar? No bar's coming. Rurczak's board climbing.
Oh.
That will not be enough. But Yelena climbing at the same time.
Whoa, they
Oh
both
my goodness, they topped
at
out.
the same time.
The same piece sequence. But Yelena's up 1 Tetris. That 1 Tetris difference when they were both really, really high there at the end of 18. That was the
That
difference.
was it.
That
was the
one
difference.
decision for Yelena to burn a little bit made the difference that game, and she will take a 3-1 lead. Is now match point, 1 game away from a championship. And Rurczak on the ropes, doing everything he can to push and bring this one back. What? Bald shaky. I'm not very good at 19 today. Excuse me? Some of that stuff you were doing in 19 was absolute insanity. T-spins, pole vaults, dirty Tetrises. We've seen it all. Seeds, I think it's 03. Yes, I believe it is 03 for both players. Right, we do have a ready. Maestro, do the honors once again. Game number 5 countdown.
All right, get ready, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dastris. Dastris.
Oh man, this has been a really good game, really good match. It has been super fun to see the contrast in styles that you were pointing out, Maestro. Just high quality DAS Tetris all around.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my favorite things about watching DAS in general is, of course, you know, you can't stack quite as high, but on the flip side, it does just lend a little extra, how to put it, excitement when things look like they're in trouble for a DAS player. It's just a slightly more perilous situation than when you're watching a roller. I kind of get desensitized to it as like watching a good roller, like they're high up, you're like, they'll be fine, you know? But with DAS, it's like any given moment is like, okay, there has to be some real huge level of concentration. Not to say there's not that for rolling, but the huge level of concentration, a lot more at stake because you lose that little DAS and like the whole thing is just done. You're just done. And I find that to be just so much more exciting to watch.
Right.
Personally, again, not to put anything, you know, rolling is great. It's super amazing what they can do with the game, but the perilous nature of DAS is exciting in its own right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's why at the insistence of us old guys in the community, we have all these DAS tournaments now. Yeah, to add to that, I'd also say that actually we should probably pay a little attention right here.
Yeah.
Rurczak's got all those really interesting holes in his stack. Gonna be burning for a little bit. But
I was gonna
just
say,
like that, all the holes are gone.
Because of the alternating holes, the way where they were, it actually burned pretty cleanly with just the right pieces, which was great. The worst thing is when you're stacking holes, alternating, or like every other row, if you've got holes on top of each other, that's when it gets real hard to get out of.
Right. Yeah.
118 for Yelena, 190 for Rurczak, so definitely saying, okay, I'm gonna bring the heat this game.
Yeah, well, he has to win this game to keep things going.
Ooh, Yelena set up
game at a time.
Dusty column 4. Waiting on the long bar, does get it.
Yes.
And set up for another one right underneath. 145 to 242. Good flat burn there from Yelena. Another good flat burn. We're gonna have to put some weight on that hole on the right side, but still holding out for this long bar. Where is this long bar? 250 for Rurczak.
Where is it?
150. Yelena's gonna have to cover for a while. Oh, terrible pieces for Yelena's stack. Gonna take a triple there. That's gonna help. Bringing this board down a couple rows at a time. Still has that buried. There it is. Gets the
Yay.
Tetris. Brings
Very
the stack
nice.
back down for Yelena. 185, 299 for Rurczak.
Wow. Well, Rurczak does have a huge lead,
no!
more than 100,000 points.
Oh,
wait.
no,
Oh, he's gonna
bar!
get out of this.
Oh my
wait.
word!
But this is not free. Yelena's also in
Yelena's
trouble.
stack super high as well. You need to get to
Sequence.
needs to get to 301,000 and Yelena
300,000,
burning
yeah.
high. Does get free
there-
Tetris.
That she gets out of it.
214 and now another Tetris just like 3-4 Tetrises away. And
Yeah, this is for the championship.
this is for the championship. Yelena in a chase down. Rurczak's board just got too high. No pieces were coming that could help him burn it away. And here we go.
They both got into the same situation, but once again, Yelena's ability to keep the stacks nice and smooth
Yes.
proved to be the difference.
245. Yelena's still looking for some bars, for some more
Still
Tetrises.
plenty of time.
There we go. There's one. Just needs one and some change. One more and some change is set up for one more. And all Rurczak can do is watch and hope and pray. There's one more Tetris. 298.
And just needs a couple lines.
Yep, just some burns here. Or another Tetris set up. Gonna go for it here. Yelena.
Oh, yeah.
There's a triple. That is the championship.
Yeah.
That is it. Yelena is your Dash Europa League champion for season 2 in a exciting and crazy win over Rurczak Kershak. 4-1. Congratulations. And what a match. What a game from Rurczak, putting on a show for us. Absolutely crazy survival at times, and you probably I just don't know how he did it, to be honest. It was crazy. But Yelena, once again, coming away with a massive win. Lost only 3 games in 3 matches, so incredible.
Yeah, this is just it goes to show how much more important the consistency is with DAS. The DAS matches, because there's more limitations on how aggressively you can play, you kind of have to feel out the situation and feel what the pieces can give you, and you also have to feel out your opponent for how aggressively you really need to play. You don't really want to do much more than just what is required to win. So that kind of measuring out dynamic of the DAS battles is also what makes them a lot more interesting.
Yeah, agreed. And we saw plenty of that today. Let's look at the one last time. The bracket. Yelena is your champion for the Dash Europa League Season 2 finale.
Wow.
So there you go. And stick around